might as well start here and show the level select screen, specifically the progress on a save file. I don't remember what one of those blocks means. I think it means that you've beaten a level or have made some form of progress. I'm not sure. I could try to think about it right now, but nope, I have no idea, because I beat 3 levels in the first hub world. And technically 4, it depends on how you count it. Then there's also the secret level, which I don't think is reflected by one of these blocks. Huh. I guess it's just another small thing I never paid much attention to. But anyway. You can also change the difficulty whenever you want, which I guess is kind of nice. But you have to do it from the save file, since it does alter the levels. And, of course, this game doesn't have a menu mid-game anyway. For some reason, I wrote a lot of notes from the last video. For instance, the NPC in Nightmare that says something unpleasant might be a human head with red lips and hair. When I was in the moment, I couldn't decipher the sprite other than what I think was a closed eyelid. But now, I think it's supposed to be some strange disembodied head with its eyes closed. The foliage in Suburb is split into 2 layers, in front of and behind Mibibli, which is a surprisingly nice touch for such a small project. And it's almost self-deprecating in many places. I'm an indecipherable piece of crappy art, and then there was Crocodibli's whole rant during that cutscene. But it's very well put together and surprisingly polished in some places, I have to say. Oh, when I mentioned that I beat Silksong again, I forgot that I already said that in one of the first 2 videos. So, that's redundant, so I guess what I could say instead is that I beat it a second time with the any percent speedrun achievement. That was fun. Boy, that one gauntlet is, But anyway, I won't talk about that. I wonder what level I should do next. I think I'll leave Crocodibli's castle for last. I can't remember if anything stops you or if you just have to beat all the levels anyway. Maybe I can find out on my own time. So there's water. This is Flying Crumbship, eggs, crystal cars, and Digitaland. Unfortunately, I can't quite remember where the other powers are, or else I could make a decision based on that. I guess I'll go Flying Crumbship. Sure. I think this one, its track got stuck in my head for a while. I am a flying fish. I am a fish out of water. As in the level water, I assume. Anyway. That's either clever or really stupid, or I guess both, somehow. Oh, these things, that's right. They move in increments of distance, and whenever they move, they multiply. They can get really out of hand. That was close. Yeah, Flying Crumbship, seeing the level doesn't make it any clearer what exactly it's supposed to be, I would say. But I like it. I especially like this background here. Or right, these enemies. Very abstract, almost Geometry Wars type enemies. Good thing I remembered to jump. That's very deliberately placed platforms there to catch you with that enemy. Okay, could I shoot through these? No. Right. That was kind of a problem. So I have to just ignore these things. You can destroy them, you don't have to jump over them. Oh. That was almost a disaster. Reminder, those spikes that these things fire insta-kill. I'm pretty sure touching them instantly kills you as well. Okay, I need to be a bit more careful. In my defense, Mibibli is really, really fast. I won't need that life there. I should think about where to use the cross. Oh wait, I remember what these giant blocks are. Alright, you can't head back. I think that's kind of classic Mega Man, isn't it? Seem to remember that you can't backtrack to previous screens. Okay, here goes. I can't remember the rest of the level design here, but... Alright. That wasn't so bad. I might be thinking of Insanity Shuffle. It's pi. For some reason. I'm not enough of a math nerd to actually check if those digits are right. I'll just assume that they are. Okay. I seem to remember there being sort of a secret in this level, but what was it exactly? I can't recall. Yeah, those are definitely instant death. Oh, that's why you're placed there. Maybe I could take advantage of this. Not that it's... Not that killing that enemy is the most important thing in the world, but yeah. I got a new power, might as well use it. Oh lord. I forgot about this. Oh yeah, this was the secret. Oh, and I can't head back. Okay then. I think either weapon is fine for that guy. I think one of these enemies was in cave. Wait. Is this... Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember this. There's a checkpoint in the secret. These carrots say... Achoo. Sneeze. They say that. They don't actually sneeze, I guess. So weird how that's phrased. Gasman has poisoned all my carrots, but I hold no grudge. In fact, I kind of like it. What are you talking about? These carrots say, cough, cough, hack, hack. There's almost a conflict here, but he doesn't care, so I guess this is of no significance to this boss. Right, I kind of forgot how those projectiles work. This feels like a pretty classic Mega Man boss as well. I don't have too much to say about it, but I'll probably die a couple of times. Oh yeah, you want to manage the skulls, because I'm pretty sure they persist if you don't shoot them. This guy's a little random. I do remember being a bit annoyed by his movement. He's maybe not the best boss. Like now he went up there and I can't really do much. He does drop at the end of that, so maybe it's fine. Oh yeah, the explode dash. How'd I forget about that? I've been playing a solo board game for a while instead of this, or anything else for that matter. I did save the cross. That was so close. But you know, if I do get a game over, I actually don't mind that. Maybe the explode dash isn't too useful against this guy. I think probably the deadliest thing he does is just start moving on ground level. I'm never ready for it. Yeah, like that. Oh, I just realized I can hit him when he's up there. I just need to use the slugs. Huh. Anyway, that's sort of an alternate exit. I don't recall that you get anything special for it. I think it's just a way to finish the level faster, which I might want to keep in mind for the future. It's really quite tricky. I sort of picked this level based on a vague memory of what you get from each boss. I might be wrong about what you get from the toxic guy. Oh yeah, there's nothing over here. There won't be two secrets in one level now. Yeah, I should be doing that. That's another great use of it. To be honest, speedrunning this game seems super fun. I might be into it. Yeah, I can just let that guy run off, it's fine. Yeah. Saved by iframes. I won't take the alternate exit now. I'll show the rest of the level. Sort of a silver lining to the game over. I think they eventually stop multiplying, or maybe there's like a main one that multiplies and the clones don't multiply themselves. Either way, you can see that that one moved a few times without creating any more enemies. No. Was sketchy. I don't think there's anything worth a damn down there. Right. This is kind of fun. I think I can be careful not to free that spike block, yeah. And it's him again. Watch out for Gasman. He poisoned my beautiful veggie garden. I am still reeling. Oh, they're two different farmers, I suppose. I forgot about that. I just assumed it was the same NPC. Because these are the same sprites. So hey, just make it to the boss a bit faster. Oh, I guess the arena is different over there, which might make the fight harder. That's kind of neat. I guess whenever I record, I'm especially over-analytical. That was almost a disaster. Could try this, though I doubt it'll do anything. I'm pretty sure switching weapons erases any projectiles that are still on screen from the previous weapon. Yeah. That's kind of nice. So there's no quick swap abuse, although there's a slight delay to swapping weapons anyway. There we go. That was a nice finish. And now let's see if I remembered this correctly. Yes! Got Void Block. Teleport baddies to Void Zone. Hold fire to use. This is specifically a part of the shuriken. You can't do it with other weapons. This block instantly kills anything that isn't a boss, I'm pretty sure. And it does double damage to bosses, so it's pretty ideal. I think you probably go Explode Dash first, and then this. So I guess Suburb was a suboptimal choice, but yeah. I'm not accounting for any shortcuts in the levels themselves, though, when I theorize about strats like that. And now that I have the Void Block, eggs, water, crystal cars, Digitaland. Maybe I'll go for Digitaland. Yeah. We'll see how long that takes. Oh, I just remembered something I wanted to do in the hub. Oh well. Maybe I can do that after this. Welcome to Digitaland. What? You don't like it? Well, I do, so fuck off. Oh, we're on the internet, alright. So a weird gimmick of this place, I guess it's just a visual thing. These lines turn into solid blocks when you're near them, and the solid blocks turn into lines that you can pass through. I think this is just here to screw with your head, and it kind of works because they're also, yeah, regular platforms. So like this tile is meant to catch you and let you fall into that pit. But they are only solid when you're close to them. So you can see here you need to stand under them to block these projectiles. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's not a hole. There's an example of Void Block. It's really good. I can jump up here. I think it might be possible to scroll the screen from down there. Yeah, maybe. Oh no. Why didn't I just shoot them? Alright, this is the tough part, because it becomes hard to tell where the gaps are when you get close. Yeah, look at this. This is messed up. So you need to look at the ones that are far away to know for sure. Yeah, this is the most devious version of this gimmick. Devious application of it, I mean. So I have to fall through this one tile here. Those down there are not solid, so I need to fall over here. Oh, now there's a gap. Okay. I think I need to vocalize these things so I don't mess it up. The Void Block does also sort of have crowd control capabilities like that. So that's nice. If that timer expires, you will die. Yeah, this place has 2 gimmicks. I am half tank, vroom vroom. Actually, never mind, 3 gimmicks, because now the screen goes dark every once in a while. And now combined with the timer. I do actually like this a lot. Oh, I barely failed. You do actually have to memorize the... Where'd the music go? Oh, the recording curse. Imagine if me recording actually caused problems like this. These are all solid. And I forgot about that one block, so that got me. Okay, if I were to hazard a guess, the music might come back if I get to the boss. There's a tile there, fall down. Yeah, the timers don't stop. Good thing for the... Oh, void block there, I was gonna say. Okay. Made it. The silence is kind of creepy, honestly. I am half tank's half brother. Vroom vroom vroom. Kapow! Bliff? I don't know that sound effect. Kapow! Alright. 1 extra life. Still have my cross. I really should have used the cross on one of those screens. I never remember. I swear it's not like a hoarding impulse or anything. I'm just... Ah, there we go. So this boss is a little strange. He just tries to push you off or into the spikes with that. You have to jump when you get to the edge of this platform or else you will fall off. How did I die at like a frame perfect way for the music to stop earlier? What was that? Those lasers behave in a very strange way. Oh, he actually got me with that. Damn. I think the lasers only move when he's... How do I say this? When he's invincible. When he looks all fuzzy, you can't hit him. As always, the punishment of death is not that big of a deal if you're more comfortable with the level and you can blaze through it. Hopefully I can put that into practice. Jump straight to there, to here, yeah. Yeah, that worked out really well. It's funny because those enemies die in 1 hit from anything, so using an insta-kill attack feels excessive, but it's not. Okay. I don't even think that the cross would be good against the boss, so I'll definitely use it on one of these screens. I think I know where. Like, this is fine. This is also fine. The other thing is I don't feel the need to use the cross if I'm good enough at a particular screen. But this is a decent use of it. That seems like an intentionally designed shortcut with the cross. And back to the boss. no big deal. I think I'll try to use the void block, because when he's pushing you, it should be really effective. And just, it's generally really good. I'm not making enough of a conscious effort to jump with the correct timing to avoid that. I actually quite like this boss. It plays pretty well. And again, you idiot. Might be doing that thing where you're trying to deal as much damage to a boss as possible, so you neglect everything else. But if that's happening, you should obviously not be focusing on damage so much. A friend has that problem. He tries to speedrun everything the first time he sees it. And yeah, I appreciate these platforms that save you from falling into the pit. Although I think you can still run into the spikes, but not running into the spikes is something you're making a conscious effort for to begin with. You got Charge Stream 10,000, the latest in techno gadgetry. Hold fire to use. Alright, it's another shuriken upgrade. I guess the idea is that the other weapons are supposed to be stronger than the shuriken, so that's why the shuriken gets so many upgrades. A surprise plot twist. Everything experienced so far has been inside Mibibli's imagination. It has all been fake. Yet another surprise plot twist. The idea that everything was all in Mibibli's imagination was merely in Mibibli's mind. So everything was real after all. That's so unnecessary. But I love it. Okay, one thing I misremembered, I was thinking that Digitaland has a secret level in it. It doesn't. I think I remember which level has it now. So, before I forget about the thing in the hub here, I was showing a friend this game because I think it's really wacky and really memorable, and he really liked it. I forget if I ever brought this up in some other video, but he liked it so much that at some point when we were on public transit, he pulled out his MP3 player and gave me one of the earphones, and he had uploaded the entire soundtrack of Mibibli's Quest to his MP3 player. I think he still listens to it, and that's awesome. But I was showing him stuff. I showed him the cross, which I forget if another cross pickup will appear if I use this one. Yeah, well, cool. So you can sort of mess around with it in here if you wanted to. But after I showed it to him, he's like, "Oh, can you go up there if it lets you fly?" And I was like, sure. I feel like I've seen everything in this game, but I never thought to do that. And when we saw this, we both lost our minds. And I went off like, "Oh, this game is so unknown. It could very well be that there are secrets in it that I haven't seen, so what could this NPC possibly say since it's so well hidden?" "You're a cunt!" And at that point, we were both on the floor. I've never had a game just so harshly insult me like that for looking for secrets. I kind of love it. So yeah, that's up there if any of you didn't know. Okay, of these levels, I think I'll leave water and eggs for next time, because I'm pretty sure the secret level I was thinking of is in Crystal Cars. I just realized that this hub world is small enough that this map is kind of unnecessary. But I guess it helps you keep track of which levels you've cleared without having to scroll them on screen, so it's whatever. It's just, if any player demands this map because they get lost in here, I would make fun of that player, I'm not gonna lie. Do not forget your ticket, says the ticket. The YouTuber in question had a bit about this. Like, imagine if your keys were floating and told you not to forget your keys, but you couldn't actually pick them up. Yeah, it's bizarre. How many ways can I say that this game is strange? But that's why I love it. So look at this. Space Invaders. If you're good enough at Space Invaders, this opens up. And round 2 of Space Invaders. The difference is there's no shot limit of 1, so you can just spam fire if you wanted to. So it's really not that hard. And if you're good enough at that, this opens up. And it's a secret level entrance. So yeah. This one is really mean right off the bat. Oh no, I can't remember where it ends. Okay. Vent Corridor B, home of Humanibli. These spark things rotate when you move. You can also walk against a wall to cycle them because they move in and out as well. This is much trickier than the other Humanibli level. As you would probably expect, since this is the second hub world. I really need to pay attention to these. Oh, I touched the thing itself as opposed to the sparks. Okay. Wait, I think this should work. Yep. Explode dash is crazy. It's good that I forget about it, though. If I was constantly abusing it, that wouldn't be much fun, would it? The randomization of which directions they fire in is kind of mean here. And here's another unique element. Whenever this laser fires, you get petrified and dragged towards it with no gravity. Which is rather awkward. Oh, also the laser itself instantly kills you. So, this is gonna be absolutely terrifying. Yeah, you can see how that can get you. And it's not just the laser, it's also the spikes and... Oh no. Don't drag me away from the platform. No! Is it worth it? I guess it was. But now I better not mess this up. If you run into a wall right when the laser fires, rest in peace. Oh god. Oh, that was close. Okay, home free. I think... I'm not sure if it counts towards the completion of the save file, because I don't remember if the game... Like, I think I beat Insanity Shuffle, but maybe I didn't do 100%, because I'm pretty sure I didn't beat one of the Humanibli levels, so... Okay. Oh no. Haha. That spike poked me without killing me is what it felt like. Don't need the HP, thankfully. Okay, that was it. Doing pretty well so far, not to jinx myself. But okay, I guess that face doesn't want any part of me right now. Okay, slipping off of platforms maybe worked in my favor. There. Okay, that's fine. For a moment I thought that was gonna hit me and knock me off. Right now I'm reminded of classic 2D Castlevania, and I have to say I'm quite a fan of it. Some might think that the fixed jump arc, the sort of stiff and punishing nature of it, is just inferior to full air control, but I don't think so. And sometimes, by the way, I say these things out loud to myself and analyze my own thoughts. So right now I'm questioning if I was doing that or if I actually said this on recording before, but I don't think the platforming of, say, the NES Castlevania, the first one, because there is also Simon's Quest and Castlevania 3. I need to play Castlevania 3. I've heard that it's particularly ruthless, but if anything, that makes me even more interested. Look at it this way. If you had full air control, the level design of that game just wouldn't work. All of the level design would have to be changed with air control in mind in order to be difficult again. So limitations like that, you know, if the levels are actually designed around them very well, can make an entire game compelling, I think. So, last time it was Humanibli, and this is also listed as his lair, so it's him again. But without his suit. And the only difference is the shape of the level, but that's surprisingly enough to make the fight feel completely different. And I think his attacks are designed around the shape of the level as well. Oh. I forgot that he can cross the entire room like that in one go. Like, those wavy blocks can hit you even if he fired them from higher elevations and you're on a lower one. His jump can definitely deal with each of the rooms you fight him in. Oh yeah, I should be using the void block. That's one thing, if you come back to the first Humanibli stage later, the void block can help you kill him faster, so his massive amount of life makes sense, since he's an optional boss. It's almost like coming back when you're higher level in an RPG, but maybe it's better than that. Okay, got it. There's something cool about that attack, simple as it is. You really have to triangulate it. And of course you could also fight Humanibli here before you get the void block as well. So this could be even harder and more of an endurance fight. Okay, I think I'm used to this room now. It was really awkward at first. When he jumps over you, he does try to... Oh god, he's naked! Oh no! Oh, those 2 or 5 pixels there. YouTube's gonna do horrible things to me. I've seen people censor stuff like that. It's low-res pixel art. It's basically mosaic censorship to begin with. Yeah. We took all of his clothes for some reason. And now to actually do this level proper. Now in this case, the entrance is at the start of the level, so unlike Cave, I don't get to go straight to the boss. When you drop down the first time, here, you can skip part of the level, but I'm not going to do that now. I'll do that if I fail, which is another cool thing that makes death not so punishing. And yeah, these things are like the normal version of that weird and awkward hazard in Humanibli's Lair there. I think I might have read the letter out loud, but I didn't internalize which lair that was. Maybe you can already tell how many of them there are. So here are the titular crystal cars. I think falling down there beneath the spike gets you stuck. So I'm gonna try to... Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Because you can't jump over more than 2 tiles, right? Yeah. There's another example of the friendly fire of those things. I do like that some of the enemies are a bit out of place, like this glass was in the cave. Right. Oh no. It was actually not a great position. I could have broken more of these earlier. Oh, they can still hit you from there. Damn. Something similar to that happened to me in Stardust Demon, but maybe in the future I'll remember to call back to that just happened now. Might as well save myself. That's not the best use of a cross, but maybe a cross is worth more. A life is worth more than a cross. Or maybe not. I guess it kind of depends. Okay, that's good. I think the void block will work well if I don't break part of the glass first. So like that, yeah. That's what I was trying to do. This would be a great place to use the cross. You can just go up and over here and skip this entire section. Although, I guess it's good that I won't do that. So now there's water and spikes and crystal cars. Damn it. I think at this point I can start using Space Invaders. Oh, one thing worth noting, I used my cross, but I didn't make any permanent progress, and now I have no cross. When you game over, you get your cross back, so that you don't have to go into the hub world and pick it up again. I think this is the one case where that restart syndrome thing I was talking about applies. Especially on Insanity Shuffle, I found. If you lost your cross and you didn't make it to a checkpoint, if your strategy relied on a cross, you can't execute your strategy anymore, and you have to go the entire length of the level in most cases. Which kind of sucks, because if you tried to use the cross but still failed to accomplish anything, I think you should get your cross back so that you don't feel like getting a game over on purpose. Because that's what I praised the game for earlier. But unfortunately, the cross creates another instance of the same sort of thing. I'm just wondering if getting multiple crosses would... Well, no, because you can't really abuse that. Because if you used a cross and you died without reaching a checkpoint, then you didn't accomplish anything with that cross, yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Has that been like the only minor nitpick that I've been confident about making so far? I'm willing to overlook a lot when a game is enthralling and memorable in any way. Eccentric in this case, let's say. This is going to be really hard, actually. Although I haven't reached the midway yet, so I can get all my lives back if I manage to do this. Alright, it does go all the way. Damn. Okay, okay. At least I got my cross back now, and I'll do this again. And this leads to the secret level. I'm pretty sure you couldn't skip any further than this, yeah, so I'll take it. I guess you only skip one screen with Space Invaders, but it's still something. I guess that's another point about live systems and punishing game overs. If the devs know that death is a slap on the wrist, they're not going to design their games to be particularly replayable in the first place. If they're expecting you to just beat it once and drop it. It's not an absolute rule, but the reason you can take shortcuts in Mibibli's quest, why there are fast routes that are more dangerous, or... I do actually want to try and do this properly before I start skipping it. Stubbornness. This is where you're safe. I was just being dumb. So now... Yeah. Okay. I think I can just drop from here. I don't have to land on the darker tile first. I hope. Yeah, that worked. It's a very long and tough screen, actually. The ability to skip it with a cross is incredibly useful. Alright, water, I can jump higher. I forgot about that. I guess a little bit of bubble particles down here would be a nice detail, but... Or maybe like bubbles whenever you jump. Oh no, I've started nitpicking. The horror. I think I should be fine in here. Alright, made it. So yeah, if I go back to the start of the level again, I'm definitely using a cross to get over that. Oh, and the potion is useless again. You know, if this game had a scoring system, getting a point bonus for the potion not restoring any lives would be very nice. There's a strange noise in the background right now. I don't know if it's picking up. Huh. What's going on in this building? Anyway. Sir or madam, may I please see your ticket? I cannot let you board the train without it. Well... I saw my ticket, but I couldn't take it. But we're gonna board anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, that was almost a disaster. I did highlight Insanity Shuffle, and you might have seen that it said no recovery after getting hit. Yeah, there's no mercy invincibility, so that's part of what makes that mode so hard. And look at this space up here. I'm not gonna show it because I don't want to lose my cross and die, but if you go up there, there's absolutely nothing. I guess it's just there to to fool you into using a cross, I don't know. And this is probably the coolest part of the level. I love the background. It's such a nice set piece. We're going from car to car. I'm just a sucker for any kind of level where you're on moving vehicles. Because obviously, you die if you hit the road. It's obviously just a scrolling background and foreground elements to make it seem like you're moving even though you're actually not. I did something like that by making a generic train scene in Little Big Planet back in the day. So I guess I have experience in like the basic concept of creating the illusion of traveling like this. Oh, damn. I should have held down for these, but I just released the button too early. I think the background noise stopped. Yep, that's really good. Once I get to Insanity Shuffle, which I don't know if I'll do it immediately after Mibibli. Probably not. I might take a break with something else and then come back to it when I'm taking another break from other things, I guess. Waiting for cycles can be a little lame in a lot of games, but I do think the timing aspect brings about a fairly interesting challenge when done right. When like keeping track of multiple cycles at the same time is actually challenging. If it's just one and it takes unreasonably long for it to repeat, then yeah, it's just tedious. I know some people really dislike cycles in platformers. I'm not really one of them. That's all I'm saying here. And this part is so awesome. You fly back here when you jump, so you want to fight against the current. And I messed it up. Because when you're standing on the ground during that section, the physics are the same. It's only when you're in the air. That's a little confusing, maybe. It certainly tripped me up there. Why didn't you just dash explode, man? Void block is definitely better. This is just good at long range. That's all. And even still with the random spread. Maybe not. It doesn't have a shot limit. It just fires everything. I guess that's the upside. Come to think of it, I haven't used it all that much. It was a mistake to try now. Right, I need this part to get up here. Oh, got it. But genuinely, this is one of my favorite levels in the game. When I think about these screens and all these hazards, it's great. I like the Space Invaders and the Humanibli stage. Alright. Well, that was terrible. That's the exact same thing I did last time. Come on, man. I still haven't practiced, if you're wondering. You're probably not wondering, it's probably quite obvious. Damn. Well, at least I can do the shortcut. This is gonna be a long one. I underestimated you, Crystal Cars. Alright, I know what I gotta do. This is reminding me of my initial struggles when playing this game for the first time, so we can argue that this is authentic. And it's not just stuff that people who do video editing would cut. Totally, yeah. In all seriousness, I should experiment with video editing, but I started thinking about what I would actually want to do, and it's almost nothing, but maybe that's good enough reason to mess with it. Because what little I would want to do wouldn't be that hard to do. I was worried for a second there. Damn it. Yeah, it's fine. That wasn't a lot of damage, but that guy got me. There's a lower projectile and a higher one. Gotta remember that. I'm basically back where I was already. I guess part of the thing with punishment is you shouldn't even care in the first place. Because by the time I was thinking, man, I died. I'm not doing that well this part. I was already at the midway checkpoint again. Maybe I'm a bit too quick to drop down on the previous screen. You gotta time it. It's like I want to move fast because of the multiplying enemy, but you also have to time the purple enemy spawner. Now go. Yeah, if you don't snipe that thing right away, that really sucks. Yeah, it's pretty decent for those enemies, at least. The random spread does help by making the bullets move up and down. It's not useless. It almost happened again. And here's level design actually made with the gimmick in mind, because I don't think these jumps are otherwise doable. Or sufficiently challenging in the case of those spikes. I wasn't gonna trust myself to do that properly. Okay. That should be good enough. In terms of lives remaining, that is. Pair of red lips in the darkness. Is this a Rocky Horror Picture Show reference? It could be. So, what the hell is the boss of Crystal Cars? And what does this have to do with anything? It's a giant face. For some reason. This fight's kinda tough. This projectile attack is no joke. And it shuffles around the eyes and the mouth. that's basically it, but I think it's enough combined with this level design here. I definitely want to hit the eye with the void block, that's for sure. Okay, there I dash exploded by accident, so it's still possible, unfortunately. Maybe that's a good argument for one more button. Oh. Okay. It was fine. I do really think that Ryan was very good at simple but effective design with a lot of the stuff in this game. Okay, I don't want to be near the mouth. Alright, the void block does turn around with you, I think, so gotta keep that in mind. You're gonna make me go all the way around. Okay. I was playing as if I had 0 extra lives. That's not the correct timing. If I do speedrun, that'll be a bit of a time save, so I want to practice it if I can. Oh, that gives you Crystal Zone? Oh, crystal cars, of course. It's sort of like Leaf Shield, I think it was. Or wait, was there also a crystal version of the orbital weapon? What was the trope name for this? Orbital particle shield? I think. Anyway, it's nice. It can hit above and below you, which is surprisingly useful in a few places. And wait, there's a bit more to it actually. And I should also read this. You got Crystal Zone. Hold up or down to select. Make withhold fire inside Crystal Zone. Oh, never mind. I was just thinking of the fact that if you hold down the fire button, they get closer. You can't expand them any further than this. Fair enough. I'll try to remember using it in some places. So I guess that was technically 4 levels because of the Humanibli stage, right? Yeah, I think that's reasonable to go over an hour because of that. So next time, I might go over an hour again. We'll see. Thank you for watching.